Hi, my name is Dr. Amy Rothenberg. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I practice in Connecticut, and I wanted to talk today about one of the most important philosophical tenets of naturopathic medicine, which is the healing power of nature. It sounds a little hokey, but it's something that naturopathic doctors are taught from the very beginning of our 4-year postgraduate in residence medical schools. And what we mean by the healing power of nature is a number of different things. One thing has to do with literally the healing power of nature. I'm sitting in my beautiful backyard right now. You probably can hear some birds in the background. We all know now that spending time out of doors and time in nature is very healthy for people. Another aspect of the healing power of nature has to do with our own inborn capacity for healing. Many of us talk about this with regard to the immune system and other parts and systems in the body that are really geared at taking care of quite a few kinds of problems that can arise. So one of the jobs of a naturopathic doctor is to help you gain access to those parts of your physiology so that they can work better and to clear out and clear away the things that get in the way of those kinds of problems. A third part of the healing power of nature has to do with the kinds of medicines that we use, many of which themselves are derived from natural substances, particularly food, herbal medicine, the use of air, water. Naturopathic medicine has many philosophical tenets, but this is one of my favorites. I'd like to share 3 examples of how this kind of philosophy impacts my work with patients. When I talk about having people spend more time out of doors, I will troubleshoot with patients when can they squeeze in a 15-minute walk at a nearby park, or if they live in a place that's beautiful, maybe they can spend a few minutes before work, before getting the kids up and out the door, outside, just breathing in the fresh morning air and kind of reminding people that being outdoors is also a part of life. I think many of us, our lives have become increasingly indoors, probably because of all the technology that we've become dependent on. That's wonderful in a lot of ways, but it can be a little bit addictive. So I just try to be a consciousness raiser about that with my patients. In terms of stimulating the healing capacity within the body, I can give you an example just from this week. I had a young lady that was a patient of mine who had recurrent bladder infections, and she kept getting them, and she kept being put on antibiotics, and in the end, I really had to have a conversation with her that the antibiotics, though they help to kill the infection, they often set her up then for vaginal infection, which she had to take another medicine for that made her not feel too good in her tummy, so she had to take another medication for that, and it kind of one led to the next. So we put a plan in place so that when she got the sensation of another bladder infection, we would do the things that we know help stimulate the body's ability to fight infections. So she knew she'd get off all her refined sugar. She knew she wouldn't drink any alcohol. She knew that she would eat the foods that are healing and have anti-infectious qualities to them, things like garlic and things like ginger and things like onions, things that have that healing capacity. And then we integrated that third part of the philosophical tenet around using natural medicine products. So there are many wonderful herbs, bushu, uva ursi, slippery elm, that are very soothing to the lining of the mucous membrane of the bladder. We also know that probiotics will help to set up a better bacterial flora through the digestive system, in women the vaginal canals and vaginal tract, as well as the urinary area. So we're using the healing power of nature in a practical way, day to day, with our patients.